What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Brighton Liverpool post-match analysis video, and we will also talk about the latest news surrounding Liverpool FC and Jurgen Klopp's reaction to the game, and also what do I think about Liverpool's title chances going forward, because I think Liverpool are as good as anybody in the Premier League, especially going forward, because we play high risk, high reward football. Defensively, of course, we are going to sometimes concede chances because we throw so many players forward. Like there were instances in the first half at the beginning of the game against Brighton where Andy Robertson was bombing forward in the striker's position, and that's how high risk, high reward type of tactical football Liverpool play. I apologize that this video is a little bit late, but I was traveling yesterday. I just got back home earlier today and I managed to watch the game and to properly analyze it for you guys. And from tomorrow the regular scheduled uploads will continue, and the Liverpool Career Mode on FC 24 will continue as well. So if you are excited about that, leave a like, and thank you for your patience. Harvey Elliott got, I think, a much deserved start because he came on in many games as a substitute and did quite brilliantly. So Jurgen Klopp thought it's time to reward him with a start, but maybe this wasn't the right game for it, because Brighton play also a high tempo, high pressing, high energy, very energetic tactical setup as well, and Harvey Elliott doesn't have probably the physicality to properly defend as well as maybe a Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, or Endo, Szoboszlai, McAllister setup would have been a little bit better. But I still can't fault Liverpool, because I think apart from the first 30 minutes that Liverpool were brilliant. The first 30 minutes Brighton were much the better team. Liverpool started really badly. We gave the ball away a few times, and also McAllister was sleeping on the job when Van Dijk passed it to him. I think it was Alexis McAllister's job. He should have come for the ball. He probably didn't anticipate two Brighton players swarming him, but he has played for Brighton for many years, so he should know better than anyone how aggressive Brighton are, especially at home. And Brighton were always going to come out of the blocks firing on all cylinders, because they lost 6-1 to Aston Villa in the last Premier League game, so they wanted to put that right, and they did, because they showed a much more resilient performance. And also Alisson was maybe a little bit sleeping as well. He didn't expect McAllister to lose the ball there, but he still is a little bit slow to get back on his line, and because of that Adingra curves a shot into the near post, and Alisson, because he's a little bit slow to go back to his line, he should have been sprinting back. He can't save the shot, so it's 1-0 Brighton. But then Liverpool had a brilliant end to the first half. Szoboszlai was involved in so many plays, and Szoboszlai started the attack, which resulted in the first Liverpool goal, which Mo Salah scored after a layoff by Darwin Núñez. And Harvey Elliott brilliantly leaves the ball to Salah. Probably Salah shouted at Elliott, and Salah slots it home, left foot, brilliantly into the bottom corner. But then I think came the biggest moment and probably the biggest controversy of the game, because Brighton lose the ball after Liverpool's high pressing, and Szoboszlai is the player who wins the ball back. The ball falls to Núñez, who lays it off back to Szoboszlai, and as Szoboszlai is about to shoot, he's hacked down from behind. What is that if not a goal scoring opportunity, a clear goal scoring opportunity? He's only in front of the goalkeeper. He's basically one-on-one with the goalkeeper. The defender is already behind him, and yet the referee gives a penalty but doesn't give a red card to the Brighton defender, and I think that is a big mistake. And there were a few big mistakes from the referees on the weekend as well. Kovacic had 2 fouls, which were both yellow cards. He should have been sent off for Man City. Thank goodness Arsenal still beat Man City, even though the referee bottled sending Kovacic off. I'm pretty convinced more and more by each game week that the referees are paid off by Man City, because how on earth did Kovacic not get get a red card for that. Also, I think Douglas Luiz should have had maybe a red card in the Aston Villa game, and there were other controversial referee calls. I don't want to mention all of them because we will be here until the morning, until the sun comes up. So Szoboszlai wins the penalty brilliantly. The referee should have sent I think it was Pascal Gross off. That is actually the big talking point. Where do you stand on this? Do you think the Brighton player should have had a red card? And if Liverpool play a whole half against 10 men, then I think we win the game comfortably. Because even with 11 men, we actually created the better chances after the first 30 minutes have gone. The first 30 minutes, I hold my hands up, Brighton were the better team. But second half, I think Liverpool were the better team. And I feel so sorry for Ryan Gravenberch. He would have been an absolute hero for sealing the win. Again, a brilliant counter-attack. Szoboszlai lays it off to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez goes with the ball, dribbles a little bit, waits for Szoboszlai to run in behind two defenders. He slips Szoboszlai in, who chips a brilliant cross into the back post, where Gravenberch is bombing forward, busting a gut to get on the end of the cross, and he tries to score into the underside of the bar. But he hits the crossbar. He probably lifted his shot not to hit the goalkeeper, but in the end the ball hits the crossbar. And I think if that goes in, if that's 3-1, game over, Liverpool win the game. Luis Diaz also had a chance, which was from a tight angle, so I think Gravenberch should have scored that chance, if I'm honest. That was probably a difficult chance because the ball is bouncing and the angle is pretty tight. But you only have to hit the goal, and it was pretty much an open goal. Only if you shoot very low, the goalkeeper saves it, but otherwise it's pretty much almost an open goal. Gravenberch, very unlucky, after getting either a goal or an assist in his first 3 appearances for Liverpool. So I feel sorry for Gravenberch that his streak is over, that he's scoring or assisting in every game since he started his first game for Liverpool. But overall, if I look at the whole game, a draw is a fair result. And Jurgen Klopp said that he has no problem with the result because, probably Liverpool created a lot of chances, but we also made some mistakes. Especially the second Brighton goal is very annoying because the Brighton player goes past 2 Liverpool players. He very easily falls over. Yes, the free kick can be given, but then Andy Robertson lifts his leg, imitating as if he was going to clear it, but then maybe he hesitates because he is fearful that he wouldn't get a proper connection on the ball, and he doesn't want to score an own goal, obviously. So he stops midway through the motion of clearing the ball. And everybody expected Robertson to clear the ball. So the other Liverpool players just didn't go for the ball, and Brighton scored the equalizer. And even at 2-2, Brighton, after that, of course, the momentum shifted. Brighton got their tails up, and João Pedro missed an absolute sitter to make it 3-2 Brighton. So Liverpool could have lost this game. Overall, away from home at Brighton, a point is not the worst result. And if actually Liverpool weren't cheated and bribed out of a victory against Tottenham, Liverpool would be top of the Premier League instead of Tottenham, alongside Arsenal, because now with the Premier League results actually went well for Liverpool because Man City lost to Arsenal. Man City lost 3 games without Rodri after Rodri got suspended. Rodri is probably their best and most important midfielder and probably the most important player at Man City. They don't have another brilliant defensive midfielder like Rodri. Aston Villa didn't win. West Ham, Newcastle didn't win either. So I think yesterday Liverpool got lucky with the results in terms of the other teams didn't win, who are Liverpool's rivals for a top 4 place, and I think we are in the title race. And actually, if you discount the Tottenham result, Liverpool had almost a perfect start to the season, and we played a lot of very, very tough fixtures already, because we played like most of the top 7 teams. We played Chelsea, Newcastle, Aston Villa, West Ham, Tottenham and Brighton. Those are really, really top teams. We only didn't play Arsenal and Man City out of the current top top 8, which is really, really remarkable. I mean, and we have beaten all of them apart from Tottenham and Brighton and Chelsea. Yeah, and only got one loss, and that loss was that game that Liverpool got cheated out of a victory against Tottenham. So I'm really, really impressed with how Liverpool started. I think we would have accepted this at the start of the season if somebody offered this to us. And what is also very encouraging is that Liverpool play a lot of the bottom 10 teams still in this first half of the season. We have Everton, Nottingham Forest, Luton Town and Brentford. 4 games that we really need to win, 3 of them at Anfield, and the one away game is against Luton Town. We need to win all 4 before we play Manchester City at the Etihad, and I think that is a key game. If Liverpool could go there and win, then the title race could turn into in our favor. And this Man City side doesn't look as strong and as invincible as they looked last season. But of course, Man City usually start the season pretty slow and then they start ramping it up and gearing it up in the second half of the season. But hopefully Liverpool can do something similar and be as consistent as possible. And I see a lot of people criticizing Alexis McAllister playing as a number 6, as a defensive midfielder, but he's not playing there because he's a great defensive midfielder. He's not. He's playing there because he can dictate the play from a deep lying playmaker role, and also because he's a decent defender, not a great defender. And right now Liverpool don't have a player who can play that role better than McAllister. We could put Endo there. He's probably a little bit better than McAllister defensively, but he's a lot worse than McAllister going forward. McAllister yesterday had the most interceptions, the second most tackles. He won 6 duels in the Brighton-Liverpool game, which is the second highest. He had the most touches, the second most passes, and 92% pass completion rate. So I don't think he had a bad performance. He made a big mistake for the first Brighton goal, yes. Probably when Liverpool lose the ball with like 6 or 7 players thrown forward, it looks bad that sometimes our midfield is just non-existent and people can run through it. And we had this same problem last season as well. But Liverpool are working it out. And McAllister actually said this about playing as a defensive midfielder. I like this role. I've said it many times. For me, it's easy to say no. It's not my decision. But it's not like that. Jurgen is playing me there. He's giving me his support and I try my best. We are Liverpool. We know that we have to be up there in the title race. I think the beginning was good, but at the same time, we know that we can improve and grow a little bit more. And that's what we will try to do. So put this start of the season into context, that Liverpool have a brand new midfield and our forward line has had a lot of chopping and changing, and also the referees have been massively against Liverpool throughout this whole season. I mean, 4 red cards in 7 games is unprecedented. Liverpool get as many red cards in 7 games as they usually get in like 4 or 5 seasons. So Liverpool are massively sailing against the wind, if you like, sailing against the tide, against the flow of the river, if you like, and still Liverpool are up there, just 3 points behind first place. And remember, like Arsenal go to Chelsea next, so Arsenal will probably drop points. And I'm not too worried about Tottenham because Tottenham always do this. They start the season well and then they fall off and fade away. But I think Tottenham will actually finish in the top 4, probably ahead of Manchester United. And actually Man United winning in the last like 7 minutes or 4 minutes against Brentford is actually a good thing for us, because that keeps Erik ten Hag in the job for a few more weeks at least, and he's not a great manager, and Man United are an absolute mess, so I'm not worried about them. Chelsea are on the rise, but I don't see Chelsea as title contenders. They already dropped a lot of points and they won't go on a 10-15 game winning run. Liverpool need to go on a 10 or 15 game winning run though. That's what we need to do. And of course the Man City away game will be absolutely massive, But until then, when we have 4 games which we can win, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we have the international break as well, where you can just a little bit enjoy international football. I will go to the Hungary-Serbia game, where I will be watching Dominik Szoboszlai live in the Puskás Arena again, which I'm really looking forward to. That is this week on Sunday, so I will probably upload a video highlights package of that game as well as my reactions. So I really am looking forward to the rest of this week, and I'm really happy to be back home so I can make more videos for you guys. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.